Hi, and welcome. This is Ursula. I cannot believe this year, 2022. It is amazing. There's a lot of things happening all at once, and I find myself so excited to talk about astrology in a way that I'm coming from listening to it all the time and speaking about it privately to now wanting to create these little mini videos to help anyone else understand this amazing language. So as you probably already figured out, I'm part of Julia Balaz's incredible Galactic Astrology Star Seeds practitioner's course. It's a quantum soul guidance program. Yeah, it's a lot of amazing words, but what it comes down to is she's created a window that has allowed me to start speaking the language of astrology. And I got to tell you, it's fun. So here I'm going to show you, if you're new to astrology, if you're at an intermediate level, this could be like a little refresher. But here is a combination of what Julia has shared in class to some of the other readings that I have done. I've taken many courses, but one of the astrologers who lives near me, Susan Heinz, recommends this book, Astrology, a workbook for your personal transformation. Astrology for Yourself, there you go, by Demetra George and Douglas Bloch. Incredible. So if this is all rather confusing language to you, because it is a light language from the stars, this book breaks it down. So you go find your little information and then you write it into this journal and you can start putting your sentences and then paragraphs together. Again, Astrology for Yourself. And I'm going to be using this as a bit of a blend as I talk about astrology for newbies. Okay, so let me pause for a moment and I'll get my screen ready. So here we go. Here's my little PowerPoint presentation to share on the 12 signs of astrology. First of all, look at this beautiful wheel, okay? And here we have you in the center, that moment of your birth, the date, the exact time, and the location, latitudinal and longitudinal aspects to you, that moment. So here's how the game works. You know, astrology has been around for many, many years. It's an ancient science. What it does is it connects a particular language and you can test it out to see if it resonates with you or not. Okay, so the 12 signs. I wanted to start first with, what does astrology mean? And here's the two Greek root words, astron, which is star, and logos, word or speech. So you put astron and logos together and you get Star Talk. And don't you like my cute little picture of the ETs in the cosmos? It's a way of stepping into our own position within the galaxy. We're no longer just earthbound here by ourselves, but it's this idea of stepping into, we're much more of galactic citizens. Okay, so if we're going to be galactic citizens, we better know how to talk the star talk. Here we go. I love this image of this young child meditating, because I think when you think about astrology, it can stay up in the head too long. What does it mean? I don't believe it. This is true, this is not true. It's a very mental field oftentimes. But I wanted to point out that when you look holistically from a 1,000-foot perspective, when we look at the 12 zodiacal or astrological signs, we're really looking at 12 primary energy fields. And they're basically serving as a metaphor. You know, as an artist, we talk a lot about, oh, the archetypes. It's so archetypal. Well, the astrological wheel talks about the 12 archetypal patterns within our 3D human incarnations. Okay, Let me proceed. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody there. Here's a beautiful old star constellation chart. Okay, I'm just showing this to share with you. Look at those stars. Again, here we are on Earth and we're rotating around our sun named Sol or Helios. So that's why we are a solar system, because we're all going around the star named Sol. But check out these other constellations that we are seeing from Earth. Okay, so next slide. And I'm going to try and keep this really light because we've got 12 signs to go through. So I'm only going to talk about the 12 signs, but I wanted to let you know from that big star constellation chart, there's 88 more constellations that are named. We're only going to talk about 12. Isn't that interesting? So we're identifying these human patterns of archetypal energy with just these 12 symbols. Okay, here's a chart from my friend Julia Balaz's class. In it, she talks about, here we've got the 12 pieces of pie, okay? And I look at the pie and I go, this first piece of pie, number 1, can also refer to the first house. There's 12 houses, there's 12 signs. Each of the zodiacal signs feels at home in a particular house. Okay, so bear with me. So our first sign of the zodiac is Aries. We see Aries glyph here. Aries, a modern ruler, is Mars, and this is the glyph for Mars. So first house, second house is the house of Taurus. Taurus, here's the glyph, is planetary ruler by Venus. And here are some code words for that house. Now, when you start reading the key words for the house, you're going to see how the sign of Taurus, it's a nice overlay. There's harmony. So Aries, yes, it's about myself, my personality, it's me, and so forth. Okay, so this is how you read this particular wheel, and you go all the way around the zodiac. But I wanted to share some prettier pictures with you. So let me start with this. The reason I wanted to share these pretty pictures is because here you see the sign of Aries. Yes, it's the ram, and it's an intense ram who's saying, I am. We're beginning in springtime. March 21st is the beginning of spring. So do you see how we go back to that early calendaring cycle of an agrarian society? March 21st. But here's the fun part. Here are the primary stars within the constellation that show the ram. Now, I don't know how they got a picture of a ram, because this looks more like, okay, an arrow pointing this way and an arrow pointing that way. But somehow they got the ram. And here's the core dates of March 21st through April 20th. Now, if your dates looking at the astrological signs are a little bit different, a day here or there, I recognize that there's some systems where there is a little bit of a buffer depending on the focus. But in general, it's March 21st through April 20th. Let me just tell you a little bit about Aries, the intense ram. This is the sign. If your sun is in Aries, this is the sign of the pioneer. It's sitting in a personal house with what we call cardinal fire. So fire, feel that fire. It's let's go move, let's make something happen. And it's also in the male energy of yang. This is how I assert myself. I am. One of the key phrases for the intense ram is, my need to be independent and develop my own self-awareness. Isn't that fun? I'm reading that from, again, Astrology for Yourself, the book I shared at the beginning of this talk. But let me progress. Here we are now. Is your sun sign in Taurus? If so, here comes the strong bull, and your big focus is saying, I have. This is my money. This is my property. This is my material possessions. April 21st through May 20th is Taurus. Look at this constellation. Look at that. How did they find a bull? This looks like a person with his arms raised up to the sky, spread eagle, but they found a bull. Okay, so that is the constellation Taurus. Let me tell you about the bull. It is the sign of the builder. So if you know anyone with Taurus as their sun sign, it's again a personal planet, meaning they're here to work on themselves. It's fixed earth. This is the kind of earth that does not move. It holds its ground. And one of the images for this sign, besides the bull, is a big garden, a big copious garden, because Taurus likes to know what it owns. It's that white picket fence around a little cottage. This is mine. I have. The key phrase for Taurus is my need to be resourceful, productive, and stable. All right, it's an earth sign. All right, let me move to the next one. That's Taurus, the bull. Here we come now to the third sign of Gemini. Now, these look like twins. I can see that. There's two little figures. One's got a longer foot, but you can see twins holding themselves with the stars. Okay, Gemini, balancing the twins with a message of, I think. May 21st through June 20th. Here we see the twins. It's a sign of the communicator. What do twins do? They try and talk. It's a personal sign, but here we're looking at the quality of mutable air. Mutable air, think of it as a breeze that keeps going. There could be this idea of Gemini as a butterfly. It's communicating, it's saying, I think, and their need is to communicate with and learn from other people. Sometimes we place Gemini in early education. So with Aries, this is who I am. With Taurus, this is what I have. And now Gemini, another personal planet, saying, this is how I think and I communicate with my twin and others around me. Okay, moving right along. There go the twins. Is your sun sign in the sign of Cancer? Here's the crab. Look at these stars. Okay, how did they get a crab out of that? Here's obviously the two stars at the tips for the claws. The homebody crab. Its basic message is, I feel. I'm feeling. This is the sign of water. It's a water sign of the nurturer. It's a very personal sign, again, working on yourself. If your sun sign is in Cancer, you could get a sense of an oasis because the crab carries its home on its back. It's saying, I feel. And their key phrase is to understand their need to give and receive emotional warmth and security. If you meet any Cancerians, they're the ones usually talking about, oh yeah, remember this life, when we were growing up, this is the family story. And then the ancestral, this is the family story. Typically Cancer signs, the star sign, the predominant sun sign, is the one who really has an attention towards family and its history. Genealogy, in fact. Okay, moving on. Now we come to the fifth sign of Leo. Here we go. Here's Leo. Now, okay, I get this. This could look like a lion, kinda, but it could look like a lot of other animals too. But anyway, there's Leo. It's the generous lion saying, I show. Here I am. I'm expressing myself. I'm showing you. He likes center stage with that beautiful mane, all that hair. So if you know anyone born between July 22nd and August 22nd, see if that rings true for you. Those lions They carry the energy of fire. It's a fixed fire sign. So that means I'm going to hold my position and I'm just going to stick here and I'm going to hold fire. Okay. It's an interpersonal sign. Here's the first time. The first signs were all about me, 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 me. Now with Leo, because the performer, lion, needs an audience, right? It's no fun if you're just having the stage to yourself. No, you kind of want the applause. So Leo is our first sign in the zodiac that says it's interpersonal. I'm fixed fire. I'm going to show you. And my key phrase for what I need is I need to express myself creatively and be appreciated by others. So it's that other aspect that now takes us out of I'm just by myself to I need somebody. Okay, so that is, and it's a very, let's see, male. I've forgotten. Typically you go around the wheel, you go male, female, male, female. Well, now we're on the male sign, the 5th house. Okay, here we go. Now, how many Virgos are listening to this? You'd be surprised how astrology and Virgo have a nice symbiosis. Why? Because the helpful virgin, like yours truly, is always saying, I analyze. Give us the data. We will shred it. We will pull out the good wheat from the chaff. I think I got that right. But give me a bunch of data and I will get the golden nuggets. But I'm going to analyze, but I'm going to share it with someone. So again, this is an interpersonal sign of Virgo, the Virgin. And it doesn't mean that as far as sexual orientation, it just holds the feminine energy because it is yin, receptive energy of, yes, I analyze. It is the sign of the analyst. Sometimes, and from another picture you could give of Virgo is a many-faceted crystal. Wouldn't that be fun? I think there's something about Virgo. We just like to be a little sparkly. We get a bad rap for being dull librarians who think we know it all because we're always analyzing and maybe being a little too critical. But hey, give me that image of a many-faceted crystal and I'm happy. What does Virgo need? We need to analyze, discriminate, and function efficiently. I don't know about you, but I love to tell people, hey, did you know this? And zoom, get to the answer really fast. And they're still back trying to figure out the question. And they get so mad at me because they never asked me, hey, can you help me with this problem? I'm already like light years ahead going, here's the answer. Here's the answer. Why? Because I'm a double Virgo and I love to analyze. Go figure. Okay, this stuff, see if how it lands for you. All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, I am a mother of many children. Oh my gosh. So I look to astrology to help me understand how does a double Virgo who likes to analyze work with all these kids. I mean, they're grown adults now, but I'm still trying to figure it out. If you are the sun sign of Libra, here is the Libra. We've got 2 scales, metal scales, and okay, the stars line up so they actually look like 2 scales. One's going up, one's going down. I gotta just put a little pause in here for a minute just to tell you, this is, I think it's the only non-human, non-animal sign of the zodiac. It's just a tool. Now, I'm not saying if you're a Libra sun, you're a tool, but you go back to the Greek mythology of when you pass on to the next life, you have to go through into the underworld, is what the Greek and Roman mythology said. And you put your heart, from this incarnation on one of the scales. Then they take a feather and they stick it on the other end of the scale. And so if your heart in your lifetime, if you die with your heart as light as a feather, letting go of all that, heavy energy, heavy karma, you get to pass on to the next realm. So there's something in the metaphor of the scales and balancing Here we go. Back to Libra. Libra is saying, if you're a Libran, I relate. Okay, I relate. September 23rd to October 22nd. This is the sign of the diplomat. I see your point. Oh, and I see your point. Oh, and I see your point and your point. Okay, so what's the decision? I don't know. I'm just seeing everybody's sides. I'm a diplomat. I see a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So decision making can be really hard sometimes for my Libran friends. Anyway, Libra is an air sign and it's cardinal. So they're going to want to get out there and do some incredible, like initiating some of these great thinking of relating. Libra holds the house of marriage. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Their needs in Libra are to cooperate with others and to create balance and harmony in life. These are the peacekeepers. These are not the ones that want to rock the boat. Aries might rock the boat. The bull might rock the boat, but not necessarily Libra. So see if that metaphor of energy works for your Libran friends. And let's see, yes, that is male energy and interpersonal. They're still working with other people. Here we go. Uh-oh, Scorpio. First of all, come on. The secretive researcher, the Scorpion, look at that little figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 legs and a tail. I don't know how they got this beautiful star glyph. Looks more like, I don't know, another snake or a hammerhead shark, but this is Scorpio, Scorpius. It is the sign of the healer. This is the one sign, zodiac sign, that it's triphasic. The potential is there at least. Starts as a scorpion, creepy crawling on the earth. Then I think it moves to an eagle. I can see far and wide. And then it has to die and be transformed into a phoenix. Whoa, pretty intense, deep stuff. But the Scorpion likes to be a little secretive. But the sign of the healer. So you're going to find a lot of doctors, healers, alternative healers in the sun sign of Scorpio. Transformation, not an easy path to go through. Their need is for deep involvements and intense transformations. So I kind of can't help but think of like heavy metal, where it's like, and it's really deep, heavy stuff. Their image is a melting ice crystal. I guess because the water of the ice is shifting and changing. So it's always about transformation. Scorpio. All right, here we go. We're getting to the end here. Sagittarius. Oh, I think, yeah. Sagittarius. Before I forget, this is going to be our first transpersonal. The next 4 zodiac signs are transpersonal. What does that mean? Trans? I'm pausing. It means not what you think it means. Transpersonal means it's not about me. It's not about me and you. It's about the greater collective. It's a higher calling. So if your sun sign is in Sagittarius, look at these beautiful stars. Yes, I can see the centaur. He's holding an arrow and bow, and it's the focused centaur saying, I seek. I would also add, I aim. It's November 22nd through December 20th. And let's see, this is also the sign of the explorer. Sagittarians do not want to sit home. They aim high to do long distance travel. Let's go somewhere. Let's learn something. Their image is of the burning bush. And that idea of a burning bush reminds me of Moses talking to God as a burning bush, because the Sagittarian, the centaur, is more the philosopher, explorer philosopher. They want to know truth with a capital T. Their key phrase again is I seek. So sitting home, being a homebody like Cancer, not going to happen. Just not going to happen. They need to move, get out there. It's mutable fire. So I'm shifting, I'm changing, I'm burning. I gotta go. Get in the car and just go. Their key phrase again is my need to explore and expand the horizons of my mind and the world. This is really like, don't feed me, popcorn and cotton candy with knowledge. Don't give me kids' books. Give me the encyclopedias. Give me the reference library. I really gotta, I'm seeking the highest level of truth. That's our centaur. Okay, almost there. Our next transpersonal sign is the sea goat, the intelligent sea goat. Okay, people, so look at this. This, to me, looks like a triangle that had a little trouble in the center here, right? But somehow they got the sea goat. So it's half goat, half fish. So even though the fish is water, Capricorn is in the sign of Earth. It's an Earth sign. It takes everything step by step up the mountain. They're the ones setting goals, and they're going to achieve well in the world typically. Okay, this is the sign of the governor or the judge. Okay, they hold the law. This is how we do it. Well, actually, Sagittarius does too. Sagittarius, I would say, is the judge, and I guess there's a difference between governor because, governing versus holding down the law. Anyway, sorry to digress. It's the mountain goat with an image of the mountain peak. Step by step, I utilize everything in my resources to get my goals met, but I'm going up, up, up. My need is for structure, organization, and social accomplishment. Again, transpersonal. It's not about me. It's not about me and you. It's about building something big. Okay, there goes our Capricorn. And Capricorn is, believe it or not, feminine energy, receptive. Here we go. Now we get to the 11th sign of the zodiac, Aquarius, the humanitarian water bearer, whose key words are, hey everybody, I'm different. Didn't you know? I'm different. January 21st through February 18th, Aquarius, the water bearer. So look what Aquarius is doing. Carrying this water. Sometimes you'll see Aquarius as a female pouring out the water. It's not holding water for just himself or herself or their family. One of the thoughts was the water bearer carries water for the collective. And since we are in this Aquarian age, we're moving from Pisces into Aquarius, the water bearer. I'm different. Things will be different. Okay, this is the sign, if you know of anyone with an Aquarian sun sign, of the reformer. It's transpersonal and it's fixed air. They think, and they are very fixed in their thoughts. I'm not going to say that word stubborn too many times, but that image for the humanitarian water bearer is also a flash of lightning because it's ruled by Uranus. This is like sudden intelligence. If you have any Aquarian friends, or if you are Aquarian, things can happen quickly. I've heard some people say it's the most ET or alien of all the signs. Sometimes Aquarius has trouble sharing feelings, right? So they can be cold as a cucumber, but they are different. I'm different. Their need is to be innovative, original, and to be an agent of change. We're talking revolutionary change. We're talking, we're in the sign of Aquarius and things are not as they used to be. So this is going to be the one that breaks with the old and sets the new. And that's how they're different. They're breaking away from societal norms. All right, we're coming down to the end. Wonder if there's anyone still listening, but this is the 12th sign of the zodiac called Pisces. Okay, there's something I just love about Pisces because you know I'm a Pisces moon. So here's the Pisces. You got two fish swimming in opposite directions. Talk about a metaphor for my life, I should say, because it's my moon sign, my inner life. Yes, this way, no, that way. So it's two fish swimming in opposite directions. As you start learning about the other constellations in the sky, there are other fish, but Pisces is connected by this little chain, right? So they are connected. The gentle fish saying, I imagine. This is the sign of the dreamer, those Piscean dreamers. And what are they dreaming about? Not about themselves, not about their small little world. They're dreaming for the collective. It is mutable water sign. Their image, if you could think about it, is the ocean. And since it is the 12th house of the zodiac, you've gone all the way around the wheel. And in the 12th house of Pisces, you're like returning that little drop of water that started in Aries is now returning back to the ocean of Pisces. What's Pisces need? Well, it's a female or feminine aspect of yin energy, and their need is to commit themselves to a dream or an ideal and work toward its realization. It's not a personal selfish dream. It's a bigger dream. It's like Martin Luther. I have a dream, but it's a bigger dream than just for themselves. All right, everybody. Look, I'm ending where we began. Here's the houses. Here's the 12 houses of the zodiacal astrological wheel. Again, we started with Aries to Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. That looks more like a lobster than a crab. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Let me stop sharing. My goodness. Hopefully that wasn't too much for you, but you know, we all think that we already know the signs, right? They've been around. We read books. You can read Linda Goodman's, you know, Love and Your Star Signs. I just want to bring up a cautionary note. As you get more into this light language of astrology, you're going to find something, it's a funny word, but I've heard people say it, and it's called astro-racism. I'm like, what? Yeah. So you have to watch out for like pigeonholing people just based on their one sun sign. In other words, oh, you're so Piscean, you're a dreamer, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, but you know what? How does Pisces show up in their whole chart, the whole natal chart? Each of us is part of all the 12. There's some aspect, either in this lifetime or previous lifetimes. And secondly, we are way more than just our sun sign. Yes, it's the predominant light. So the sun is the greatest light in an astrological chart. Secondarily is the light of the moon, which is reflective light. So it's not direct, but it's more internal. And then the third big thing to think about in a chart is the ascendant. You know, what's at the prow of your ship? How do people see you? Anyway, I never imagined in doing an Ascension Playground that I would have so much fun talking about astrology, but doing Julia Balaz's Galactic Astrology class and sharing on the Ascension Playground seemed a good dovetail. So hope this was helpful. There's so much information on YouTube and in Google around the 12 astrological signs. I just wanted to give you a fun refresher. And if you have time, check this book out, Astrology for Yourself, if you're interested in this type of play with narratives, symbols, metaphors as we move from the Piscean paradigm and shift into the Aquarian paradigm. Got a paradigms? Anyway, see you next time on the Ascension Playground. Bye for now.